Do you know what it takes to become a complete hockey player? First, physically, you've got to be able to handle everything that comes your way. It doesn't mean being perfect. What it means is that you've got to be able to have the tools, the physical tools, so that you can play your position at the best of your ability and withstand the entire season. Number two, you're going to want to take a look at how things go mentally. How do you handle stress? When you handle stress better, that's going to help you. When you are more creative in your play, that's going to help you. Number three, you're looking at emotions. How stable are you with your emotions? Somebody gives you a little whack across the wrist. What do? Do you retaliate? Do you let it go? That's what it takes to become a complete hockey player. Taking care of the weakness is just like that fast. Every weakness you have, and we all have weaknesses, but every weakness that you have has got to be addressed at the root level. When you can do that, then you get rid of the problem right from its very root and you can flourish. But until that time, and it doesn't matter if you start at the root or finish at the root cause, you've got to be able to pull that root out and allow yourself to heal. When you do that, you get to that next level so fast, and it doesn't have to take very long. Hockey's a real fast game, so you've got to play fast, you got to think fast, and you've got to react even faster. And the whole time, you've got to be able to remain nice and calm. You can't be going up and down with your emotions and your thoughts and things like that. The more laser focused you are, the easier it is for you to be able to maintain a good level of concentration, but also keeping your heart rate at a nice rhythm. Being a complete hockey player means that you've got to get your physical, mental, and emotional sides all aligned properly. And when you do that, there's no struggle. Everything just flows so nicely. To get to that level doesn't take much. It's so easy, but you've got to get there. Otherwise, you're going to be torn apart by everything else going on in your life. At the beginning of the season, she spent more time in the box than she did on the ice. One of my hockey players, wow, such a star. And then we took her to the next level, and at the collegiate level, oh my gosh, penalties left and right. What happened? She was so frustrated because you took her out of her element and onto a new level, a higher level with people who were closer to her level. And they just were so much smarter, so much more advanced because of their experience that they rocked her world. I mean, she was so frustrated. She was hacking when she wasn't normally hacking. She was making stupid mental errors. And so we had to address all these different issues. So once we did that, we allowed her to grow. And by allowing her to grow and get rid of these root causes that were causing her to stunt her growth, then she stopped taking these stupid ass penalties, and her shot went from being mediocre at that level to one of the top scorers for a defenseman in the league. Wow, it was such a transformation to see. Usually before Christmas, right around this time of year, you got teams that are starting to gel a little bit. They're starting to form solid lines that are sticking with those lines, for entire games and things like that. But if you find yourself struggling, you got to wonder, all right, am I worrying too much about what's going on? Because if you are worrying, especially during a game, during practices, then you're using up your energy resources for the worrying instead of focusing in on what it is that you really got to do, because your body will use up that same energy system for both causes. So what's more important? Would you rather worry or would you rather try and figure things out and get shit done? If you've got an important tournament coming up and you really want to take your game to the next level, or you just in general want to take your game to that next level, this is what you do. You can do this at home just before you go to the rink. You can do this at the rink. It lasts for up to 8 hours, and it's an MAP. It's right here at just below the nose in this area here. You take your finger, or 2 fingers if you want, only add about maybe like 1 kilogram of pressure, 2 pounds, and you're going to vigorously go back and forth just like this, pressing the 2 pounds inward. So just like that. 8 to 10 seconds is all you need for that, and you're going to notice that your energy level is way up there compared to where it was. Give it a try. Let me know how it worked for you. Love to hear that stuff. Legendary National Football League coach Vince Lombardi used to say, I want my players to chase perfection. I know they can't reach perfection because that's just a myth. However, I want them to chase perfection. I want them to get as close as they can to perfection. And that's what he instilled in his players. And if that's the route that you want to go, knowing that you'll never get it, but that you want to chase it, that's totally up to you. Myself, I like to see how wonderful can a player get? How much better? What can be improved? Looking at specifics to help improve. See what works for you. You always got to do with what's going to be best for you, because you're what matters most. The best way for you to build the version of yourself that coaches want on their team is to find out who you are. Are you a checker? Are you a goal scorer? Are you a goalie? Whatever it is that is in you, you've got to get that to the surface at the highest level that it can be. When you do that, then no matter what it is, the right coach will come looking for you. A wise coach once told me, how you do anything is how you do everything. And when you embody that, when you take that in wholeheartedly, then everything you do in your life is going to be at your best. And your best is going to fluctuate. But because your intention is to give it your all at anything you do, being the best version of yourself, the highest vibrational self that you can become, then you're going to see some amazing results really quickly.